My second reason for age limits on the presidency and all aspects of government is normal age-related decline. Now, this is decline that is not dementia. It is not decline from any other issue like stroke, heart disease, anything like that. This is just what happens as we get older. It is normal and it is not preventable. We can hopefully slow it, but it's not preventable. And things that are going to change as you're entering your 70s, 80s, and before this, but things you would notice if you were so-called just having normal age-related decline. You would notice slower processing speed. You just cannot process as quickly. I kind of compare it to like if we're living in 2025 and I'm processing on a 2000 computer, like year 2000 computer, that little spinny wheel of death, sometimes that's going to happen just because we're getting older. It's hard to process. You're going to notice your higher level executive functioning, things like higher level problem solving, decision making, being able to inhibit and be like filtered and less impulsive. Those things are going to be very typically gone, or at least declining. If you think about anybody who's old who just all of a sudden starts spouting their opinions off, this is why. You're going to notice communication and language changes, both in how people express themselves. They could get very tangential. They could lose their point very frequently, or even understanding what people say. They might need things repeated more often. So if we've got processing, I haven't even talked about memory, attention. It's harder to pay attention. It's harder to switch focus from one task to another, to deal with interruptions. That's going to affect memory capacity, just your ability to hold on to information. Memory storage, that process happens when you're sleeping. We all know that people who are older wake up more, if nothing else, because their bladder can't hold it through the night. That is also an age-related issue with a chemical. I think it's called prolactin. Don't quote me on that one, but there is a chemical that decreases. That means that they just have to get up more frequently to go to the bathroom. So we have interrupted sleep. We have impaired cognition. That's just typical. That's just normal. And honestly, I just don't really want to force anybody in their 70s to have to do something that their body and brain are just not ready, not able to do. Can some people do it? Absolutely. But we really need to have a way where we are going to cognitively be very sure that the person who is in charge of our country, the people who are in charge of our country, are cognitively able to do what we would expect them to be able to do. And I would say the last two presidents, I don't see it. I feel like they were not cognitively able to do their jobs in the way that they should. And it's not a partisan issue. Cognitive decline affects everybody as we age. It's not Democrat, it's not Republican. And so I think that is an argument for age limits.